Okay. Welcome, everybody. I am still the chair of the ECPR's Executive Committee. My name is Luciano Bardi, and it is, of course, my job to welcome you to the joint sessions of workshop here in the beautiful city of Antwerp. Joint sessions of workshops have always been considered the most important event that the ECPR organizes every year. They're also the ECPR's oldest event. The first time they were held in Mannheim in 1973. That was even before my time. And of course, since then, we've had 39 consecutive, very successful events, and this promises to be as successful as any we have had. We have had an enormous amount of applications for this joint sessions, 116, I was reminded yesterday, and only 30 workshops were eventually selected. So we are extremely pleased with the amount of success the ECPR joint session still receives, and with the quality of the applications, and therefore the quality of the participation. So once again, we're going to have 600 scholars, over 600 scholars, who will take advantage of the joint sessions unique format. I had a number of experiences in the last 3 years exchanging views with officials from other professional political science organizations, and the joint sessions is not only what we consider our most important event, but also the event that is most envied by other associations. So I think we have to be all very happy and proud to be here today. I will cut my speech rather short. I know that we have more important parts of today's celebrations that are pressing, and then of course we have a reception, which is always the main reason why everybody is here, other than of course the fantastic Steinbrocken's lecture that will be delivered quite soon. I must thank, however, those who helped organizing these joint sessions. And of course, my deepest gratitude goes to Petra Meyer and the local organizing team, in particular Piet de Voorde, and this is the only Flemish name I will try to pronounce. And of course, I have to thank the Vice Rector, well, I should have thanked the Rector first, but you know, I skipped a line. The Rector, the Vice Rector, the Dean of the Faculty of Political and Social Sciences, and the entire Department of Political Science. I'm also, of course, very thankful, and we had a very wonderful demonstration of it, for the financial support that came from the city of Antwerp. It is also, of course, my pleasure and duty to thank Eileen Connolly, the member of the Executive Committee who is responsible for the joint sessions, who unfortunately cannot be here today because of illness, and all the members of Central Services who've worked so hard and actively to make this possible. This being my last joint sessions as chair, I will conclude my brief introduction with a small personal touch. You know, I think it is very auspicious for me that I'm ending my term in a city that has the same colors, red and white, as the city of Florence, the city I was born in, and also in a city that has the same pride in its cultural heritage, especially in the Renaissance, which is also what a Florentine, like myself, considers, of course, the humanity's most important cultural era. I can also say that my first joint sessions was in Florence, and everybody expected to find beautiful weather and sun. It rained for the whole week. So if there is going to be more rain here, I think we can only remember what happened back in 1980, where everybody had gone mostly to enjoy the weather. Here we have many other things to enjoy, and if it rains, we will find many other ways to enjoy ourselves and to have a very profitable conference, which is, of course, what I wish all the participants to enjoy, because in the end, it is the participants that make the joint sessions. Thank you very much. Having said that, we now have Professor Alex Vanessa from the University of Antwerp.
On behalf of Professor Verschoren, Rector of the Antwerp University, and of course in my own name, I would like to sincerely welcome all the participants to this international meeting. Let me make some publicity about the University of Antwerp. Our university was founded in 2003 upon the merger of 3 former academic institutions dating back to 1852. The Antwerp University is the main partner of the Antwerp University Association, with 1 university and 4 university colleges. This university has 15,000 students, an academic staff of approximately 1,000 members, almost 2,000 researchers, 1,200 PhD students with 150 defended PhDs per year, 2,000 scientific publications per year, over 1,500 articles per year in the Web of Science, and over 500 other peer-reviewed publications in the social sciences and humanities. All this academic work is supported in 7 faculties and 4 institutions on 4 locations in and around the city of Antwerp. The Faculty of Political and Social Sciences is one of the largest of our university, and of course welcomes cross-national cooperation, just like all other faculties and research centers do. Our Department of Political Sciences has 5 research groups: the Antwerp Center for Institutions and Multilevel Politics, Citizenship, Equality and Diversity, International Politics, Media, Movements and Politics, and finally, Public Administration and Management. With the organization of this international meeting, the Department of Political Sciences of the University of Antwerp illustrates and emphasizes the importance of research and international collaboration of the department. In spite of the fact that economic climate has forced the university to develop special competencies in money savings and cuts, the university fully supports this international meeting. This means that the Antwerp University of course recognizes the high standards of quality and excellence in research of the Department of Political Sciences. You will understand that we are very proud to be the 3rd Belgian university to host this 40th ECPR joint sessions of workshops. Considerable effort has been put into the administrative and logistic organization of this meeting in order to realize the main goal of encouraging training, research and cross-national cooperation of political scientists. Therefore, the Rector and the Vice-Rector of our university, Alain Verschoren and Johan Meusen, as well as the Dean of the Faculty of Political and Social Sciences, Mrs. Ria Janvier, the Department of Political Sciences, and your obedient servant, President of the Board of Governors, are most grateful to the ECPR for having taken the decision to come to Antwerp. You'll see, and you won't regret it. Actually, Mr. Chairman, I'm convinced it was a very intelligent decision. At this point, I should have to introduce to you a special guest, member of the Flemish Parliament and since 2003 mayor of this proud city of Antwerp, Mr. Patrick Janssen. Patrick Janssen has a Master in Political and Social Sciences and a Master in Applied Economics of the Antwerp University and a Master of Statistics of the London School of Economics. From 1979 to 1985, he was assistant of Professor Herman de Leek in the Center of Social Policy. Unfortunately, our mayor has to undergo surgery and can't be here today. You'll understand, of course, that his absence is beyond our control. Nevertheless, we wish him all the best and speedy recovery. Let me finally wish you a very stimulating and fruitful meeting, and a lot of captivating talks with many fascinating people. Enjoy your privileged status as victims of the lovely Belgian weather. Enjoy this ECPR event as well as your stay in Antwerp. I thank you.
It is now time to award the prizes. The first prize to be awarded is the Wildenmann Prize, and it will be awarded by Professor Richard Katz of Johns Hopkins University.
The Rudolf Wildenmann Prize was established in 1997 as a lasting memorial to one of the founding fathers of ECPR. Rudolf was the inventor of the joint sessions of workshops and the host of the first joint sessions, which, as Luciano said, was held at the University of Mannheim in 1973. As he later described it to me, the objective of the joint sessions, beyond simply providing another venue for scholars to present and discuss their work, was to build a trans-European community of political scientists, and in particular to integrate emerging young scholars into that community. It is therefore entirely appropriate that the Rudolf Wildenmann Prize is awarded annually to the young colleague who is judged to have presented the best paper at the previous joint sessions by someone within 5 years of receiving his or her PhD. The jury for the 2012 Rudolf Wildenmann Prize was chaired by Professor Andre Kaiser, who was unable to be here today, leaving the honor of presenting the prize to me as one of the members of the jury. Papers are nominated in the first instance by the directors of the workshops in which they were presented. And this year we received 19 papers among which to choose. Although they were all very good, there was one that ultimately emerged as our unanimous first choice. The winning paper, presented in the St. Gallen workshop on issue congruence and policy responsiveness in European governance, directed by Christine Arnold and Mark Franklin, asks whether opinion affects policy or the other way around. It tests 3 hypotheses: finding strong support for the hypothesis of policy responsiveness to public opinion, and additionally support for the hypotheses that policy pushes public opinion in the same direction if the incumbents are popular, but in the opposite direction if they are unpopular. But if you really want to appreciate the paper, you'll have to read it. With that said, it gives me great pleasure to present the 2012 Rudolf Wildenmann Prize to Armen Hakhverdian of the University of Amsterdam for the paper, The Causal Flow Between Public Opinion and Policy, Government Responsiveness, Leadership, or Thermostat.
We are now awarding the second prize, the Blondel Prize, and it will be awarded by Dario Castiglione, University of Exeter.
Okay, the Jean Blondel Prize is the prize for the best dissertation in political science and politics in general. And for the last couple of years, we had an avalanche of submissions between 35 and 40, and therefore it's a very tough competition. This year, the prize winner is Virginie van Ingelgom, who was at the University of Louvain, but I suppose you are now a visiting fellow at the University of Oxford, and you are attached to any other institution at the moment?
Yeah, to Louvain.
Okay, fine. So, but the dissertation was done at the University of Louvain. Now, the committee which went through all the 35, 40 dissertation, apart from myself, was mainly, so I had to thank the professors Manuel Alcantara, who was actually here, and Judy Squires. So they were very helpful in making the selection. The thesis was judged to be both innovative and sophisticated. The thesis examines the political legitimacy of the European integration from an internal perspective, focusing on citizens' subjective perceptions and their acceptance of, resistance to the process of European integration. The thesis' main contribution is to analyze and make political sense of the indifference that many citizens have towards integration by treating this as a valid reaction rather than a residual state somewhere between acceptance and rejection. The title of the thesis, and I need to apologize for my French, is Intégrer l'indifférence, un approche comparative, qualitative and quantitative de la légitimité de l'intégration européenne, which, you know, in English, which I may also apologize for my English, integrating indifference, a comparative, qualitative and quantitative approach to legitimacy of European integration. And I must say that this is the first time, I believe, that the Blondel Prize is therefore awarded to a thesis not in English but in French. However, it will be published in English shortly, and I must add the other two of the runner-up theses will also publish, and so I'm pleased also to congratulate in this occasion also Thomas Mayer of the University of Mannheim, whose thesis will be published by the ECPR Press, and Nicoleta Jordanova of the European Institute, whose dissertation on legislative organization of the European Parliament will also be published. So we'll have 3 theses of young scholars, European scholars, published by the ECPR Press. But here is actually the prize, which apparently is